And that was the Band of Heathens, LA County Blues. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. It's 8:36. Like I said, we have some special guests coming in this morning before the Mark and Cindy show. And right now, I got Penny and Amy of Lone Star College Women's Conference coming up on April 11th. Is that correct, ladies?
That is correct. Thanks so much for having us this morning.
I would love having guests in the morning. And you guys got something special coming up. Is this the first time?
Actually, this is our fifth year.
Fifth year. Okay, going over at Lone Star. Is it in the which campus?
It's actually at our system office at Lone Star College, the system location at 5000 Research, and that's in the Woodlands.
Okay. So I'm sitting here like I go. Let me give folks the full name.
That's
Penny
right.
Westerfeld.
Yes, that's correct.
And
Hello.
Amy
Good morning.
Cooper. Good morning. Good morning, Penny. It's good to have you guys in here. But we're in here to talk about the upcoming women's conference.
Yes.
That's happening April 11th.
It is this Friday. I cannot believe it. It seems like we were only planning this summer for our fifth year, and then here we are. It's this Friday.
So is this one of those things that I can't come to?
You know what? You can absolutely come to. Guys can come.
Okay, good.
We've had a few gentlemen join us, and we actually had a male speaker
Yes, a
last
presenter,
year.
Luke.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask the core of the women's conference is you said it's every year, it's annual, but what goes on outside of this conference? So people, because I'm trying to understand where it came about.
Well, Amy mentioned that we started 5 years ago. And so how that came about, it was basically a group of professional women in Montgomery County who served on different boards together. And in the breaks, we would talk about issues that were going on in the office.
Okay.
And so we kind of used each other as mentors. And over time, we decided, wouldn't it be nice if we could get together with other women and offer them some ideas and things that would help them get started in their career? Because we really are mentoring and working with women of like 4 different generations.
Oh,
Young
wow.
women just starting off, women who have kind of reached their stride and they're really moving forward, those who are getting towards the end of their career and they're doing more mentoring themselves of others as they're coming up. And then we have the brand new ones coming too.
So do you apply that? I guess that's more of a philosophy.
Yes.
Do you apply that with the speakers you have?
Yes, we do look at and every year it's kind of a different turn of a plan of what we're going to do with our speakers. And this year, Amy, you want to talk a little bit about how we chose these speakers?
Absolutely. This year it's really about the professional woman. What do you need? What is going to take you to the next step? And so what we've noticed is that for a lot of us, we don't really know how to promote ourselves. We do great things, but we often don't share it. We don't promote ourselves. So we have a wonderful speaker, Sean Carroll Sandy, who's going to be doing that for us. She's coming in from Tennessee, so she's lovely. She's also an artist. She paints watercolor, so that's really amazing. But she has her own selling agency, and she's going to be coming in and promoting that, how to promote yourself. We also have Tracy Sloan, who's coming in. You know, sometimes we see these amazing women and we wonder how they do these things. And so Tracy's going to be breaking that down for us to really showcase how can you do that exact same thing. Don't put them up on a pedestal, but really achieve the same objectives and the same goals. And then we also have Kelly Bailey, which is really affecting me in my stage. She's talking about that tug of war. How do you balance your personal life, your professional life, and not really be caught in the middle or tugged in all these different directions? So she'll be focusing on that. And then lastly is our keynote, Ashley Merriman, who's an award-winning journalist and best-selling author. And she's really talking about the competitive side, how, there's a little bit of competition in the workplace, and women sometimes only compete for things that they know they're going to win. So how can you really put yourself out there?
Okay, so for those listening who want to know more information, especially on those speakers, you can visit lonestar.edu and /women's conference, because all the information is available there.
Absolutely.
I'm actually on it right now. I'm just looking at all the speakers. And you do have a variety of people coming in.
We really do, because we try to hit, like Penny was saying, so many different generations, also where they are, in their career. Like for myself, Kelly is going to be touching on a huge subject for me. I do feel pulled in every direction. So I'm very excited to hear her presentation and see kind of some of those challenges and successes.
Yeah, I'm excited about her too. I think when I was reading kind of what she was going to talk about when you get to the end of your rope, and I'm thinking, oh, wow. I think we've all been there a time or two. And it will be fun to see what she says, and she sounds like she's going to bring some levity to the whole situation as well. And
Absolutely.
make it and that's the other thing. It's fun. it is fun to meet with all these women and hear what their stories are and see, then you kind of do, as Amy said, fit yourself into what they're doing, and you take away that information as well.
I mean, there is a lot of opportunity, and it starts at 7:30, if I'm reading correctly, a.m. on Friday.
Yes, our presentation started at 8, so from 7:30 to 8, we will have a really nice little breakfast for everyone to mingle and to network, because that's part of this as well. Part of the conference is getting to meet other professional women, making those contacts. I mean, my mentor, I'm very fortunate, is not only on the council, but is sitting here in front of me.
Hello.
Penny has been...
Thank you, Amy. I didn't know that.
Yes, always. She really helped me throughout so many steps in my position, and so I'm very honored to not only share this conference with her every year, but to have her join me on so many other things.
So what other things do y'all do together?
Well, I've come to her for several things. For points in my career for advice, we've worked together with teacher certification, summer youth camp. Penny has a wealth of experience and knowledge that I've been able to tap into, which has been amazing.
I think I mentioned I was with Lone Star before I retired for 30 years.
So when are you going to be a speaker at the Women's Conference?
Well, I talk a lot all the time anyway, so they have easy access to me.
Absolutely.
So this seems kind of like a big event. And
It
It's
really
a wonderful event.
you've
We
been
are
working
very
on it for a while, it sounds like. And I like the ideas of the different speakers you have, because just that's one thing you always got to look at when you want to go, because you're really dedicating a whole day to this.
We
And
are.
Of like, well, as a visitor. And so you have a website, like I said, lonestar.edu/women's conference. So say I want to come, what do I need to do?
It's easy. All you got to do is go to that website and register online.
Okay. And so
It's
there's a
that
little
simple.
register button. And is there a cost at all, or is what limitations? And
There is, but it's a very low cost for an all-day conference with speakers of this potential, and you're getting 2 meals out of it. It's $79.
okay.
So, and when you think about all-day conferences, especially in our area, you're looking at hundreds of dollars. So we're really excited to keep this at a low cost, because we want all women that can attend come and join us. That's the main thing.
And one of the really great things about this conference, it is local. I mean, there are women's conferences in Houston, downtown Houston, around the state, around the country, and those are very expensive. And and the quality is good there, but we have equal quality as speakers as well. And so not only are you coming locally to an event, but you'll have these women to help you, help you and maybe be your mentor, as Amy and I work with each other over the rest of your future. You never know. Maybe a day, maybe a month, maybe forever. So that's really important too.
Yeah, I think it's nice to let people know, because of what actually goes into this conference. This isn't like, you're just going to sit still for 6 hours and listen to these people. And you got to take advantage of it. And it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities at the conference, starting like right when you get there.
Absolutely. And, we've added a new addition this year, too. It's called The Power of Two. And there are stories from local women who've had challenges in their lives, and they're going to share that story with the group as well. So it's not like we bring in these presenters and it's something that people can't relate to, that it's not relevant. So we actually also brought in a lot of local women to say, hey, I'm right here in your area. I've had that same challenge. Sometimes it's all about just knowing you're not alone. And so that's been the really, really great thing about this conference, is that women get to meet other women. They see those challenges and successes, the goals that they achieve, and they can relate, and they become friends, mentors. It's just sometimes knowing that you're not alone in what you're doing, and that someone out there is having the exact same challenge currently in their career, or needs a little bit of advice. So that's what we've done to add this new component to the conferences. Not only will you hear, national speakers, but you'll hear some very local ladies that are talking about some of their challenges and their successes.
It sounds like something am I really allowed to go?
Oh, sure. We'd love for you to come. It would be great.
I'm trying to understand, because this is like the women's conference that puts a label on it. Yeah. And especially with your speakers, I think everyone can kind of benefit from it.
Absolutely. We would love for you to come.
So,
and you would enjoy it.
So males are invited.
Yes.
I want to make sure people know that. And it's really, I think it's what like you said, it's the start and the end of your career track, and this is really what it involves. So it's really relevant to anybody who's in college, I imagine, starting, maybe even a high schooler who's thinking about going into a trade. I think it'd be important to check this out, just so you can get some advice and see where people are going with their lives.
Absolutely. It's really all generations.
So that's really cool. We're going to take a quick break, Amy
Okay.
and Penny. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to Curtis Grimes with his smile. When we come back, I want to talk to these ladies a little bit about what else they do around the community and also to promote this women's conference coming up on Friday, the 11th, starting at 7:30. Here's some Curtis Grimes. We'll be right back on Mornings with Lone Star.
Hello, I'm Bonita DeRosa, Animal Control Officer for the City of Willis. We invite you to tune in to Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. for the Willis Hour. On the first Thursday of the month, the Willis Hour will be covering upcoming events and news about the city. Join in the conversation with your city officials and other leaders in the community. On the third, we will be doing a recap of the last City Council meeting. The mission of the City of Willis is to provide high-quality services, accountability, and professional commitment to our citizens. We pledge to provide those who live, work, and visit our city an effective government that is open and responsive to the needs and values of the community. Again, we invite you to tune in on Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 for the Willis Hour.
Hello, I'm Mark Hader.
And this is Cindy Cochran inviting you to join us on the Cindy and Mark Show each weekday morning from 10 to 11 here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Super, Cindy, but I believe it's the Mark and Cindy Show.
Huh? Yes, it is, Mark. And it's broadcast live on Lone Star Internet Radio here in beautiful downtown Conroe. Oh, the exciting things we'll talk about, the interesting guests you'll get to meet, the wonderful gifts we'll give away, and the tons
Wait. Gifts? There are no gifts. I'm not giving away anything. Why do you get to decide on what we do? It's Mark and Cindy, remember?
Oh, yeah? Well, so ladies and gentlemen, tune in and we'll all find out who gets to decide stuff. Weekday mornings at 10 here on Lone Star Internet Radio. How was that?
It could have been worse. You could have sung your part.
Oh, yeah, wait. It's the Mark and Cindy Show. The Mark and Cindy Show. The Mark and Cindy Show. The Mark and Cindy Show.
That was Curtis Grimes with Smile. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. I'm sitting here with Penny Westerfeld and Amy Cooper with the Lone Star Women's Conference coming up this Friday, the 11th. For more information on the conference, please visit them online at lonestar.edu/women's conference. And I'll definitely be posting stuff on our social media about where you can find, especially where to register, because you guys got to register to be able to go to this event. So, and it sounds like a great event. And if you're just now catching up with us, I encourage everyone to check out the website, especially about their speakers, because they have a well-rounded group of people coming in, and especially wherever you are in your life and your career track, or just where you are, you can. I encourage everyone to check it out.
Absolutely.
Because they got something for you.
Absolutely.
So, well, I want to get to know a little bit more about Penny and you, Amy. So, how long? Where are you from?
I'm from
Penny,
Houston, Texas.
I point, but I don't tell people. I'm like, Penny, where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
From Houston?
Yes, I live in Kingwood, and I worked for Lone Star for over 30 years, actually.
Oh, wow.
Started as a professor and ended my career as the interim CEO at Lone Star College University Park, and had lots of opportunities along the way.
So you got to see Lone Star grow.
Oh,
because
yes.
it's gone through some drastic changes in the past, decade?
Would
you say that, or would you say it's always been?
The whole 30 years has been on the fast track. Lone Star.
Because I know it helps a lot of people.
It does. We have wonderful faculty in every area, and then plus we have a wonderful workforce education program that gets students to a job quickly.
That's good. Now, Amy, your turn.
Well, I have not been with Lone Star that long, but I've been there. This summer will be 8 years. And wonderful experience. I actually started in our theater department doing marketing and promotions, moved into continuing education, still working continuing education, but also with our corporate college area. So when you were talking about skill sets, and Penny just mentioned workforce, that's really what I focus on, is providing folks, depending on where they are in their career, either a new skill set or a certain skill set to help promote themselves in their current position. So it's very fulfilling, and I love my job.
That's good. That's good. This is new to me, and I'm just
Really?
Well, yes, because you think I go to women's conferences all the time? Is that? like you said, I
You're in the know. That's what it is.
well,
You're
I call.
in the know.
I'm like, so what's the singles situation?
I did have a few fellas call me about that. They said, so what are the ladies like? And I said, sir, this is all about helping people in their career.
This is the professional development day.
That's right. It's not about picking up the ladies at the conference.
I think that's kind of that's still funny to me, but yeah. So this sounds great. Like everyone, I wanted to tell them again, LoneStar.edu/women's conference, and I'm looking at your agenda, and basically from 7:30 all the way to 3 p.m. is what the expected event's going to be held.
Right.
And
How we got started with all this when we were talking earlier about the women who, professional women in the area who began with the idea, the seed of the idea. We actually took that to our chancellor, Dr. Richard Carpenter, and he's the one who encouraged us to move forward with this. And if we have time, I'd like to kind of name some of these very important women who really brought this whole thing every year.
This is your 5th year. I mean,
Yes,
that's pretty.
it's
That's
our
a big
fifth year.
deal.
It is. It's
So-
a big deal, and it's a huge commitment. And we meet monthly. And Amy sets up the meeting. Everyone attends. If you can't attend, there are options to call in or be online and come in. So there's a real commitment from 20 women. And our leader of our group is the Associate Vice Chancellor of Workforce Education and Corporate College, Linda Head. And then Amy works directly with Linda now. But here are the other women who have been very instrumental. If we just have a minute, I'd like to go over some of these very wonderful women who have spent so much time and helped us get to where we are with this. Frankie Alexander, Nelda Blair, Gina Brown. Now, I know that y'all know some of those names. Teresa DeFord, Mary Beth Duggins, Carol Gooch, Patty Herrickle, Nina Marino, Terry McCullough, Laura Lee Palmer, Melissa Rascon, Stacy Sin, Danielle Shiner, Sabrina Wagner, Karen West, and Donna Wick. So those are the fabulous women who sit on the advisory board that help Amy plan the conference for the year.
And it's such an amazing group to work. When you're talking about these wonderful women, they're all in different stages of their career. And I think that's what makes the conference so amazing, is that we have such variety. Everyone's kind of in a different stage in their career. So, and those lovely women that you mentioned, just like Carol Gooch, she's over the MCABW, which is the Montgomery County Association of Businesswomen. They're supporting the conference this year. MD Anderson is supporting the conference this year, Consolidated Communication. So it's nice to have local sponsors also support, but some organizations that are really dedicated to women's efforts, and it's just such a nice opportunity. We keep talking about what an amazing day it is, but it really is. It's women connecting with women and hearing kind of what they're going through and to relate to that. And so it's really nice. And then also to hear these amazing presenters give you something that's very practical. In some conferences, you're just thankful you had the day off. Well, that's not this conference. You're enjoying the day with women and hearing some amazing presentations and networking and mentoring. So, and I could just go on and on about it.
Well, I'd like for you to talk a little bit more, Amy, about Ashley Merriman and her presentation. I'm really looking forward to that. It's the art and science of winning. And one of the things what I have read about it already is that there's this competitive nature in all of us. And sometimes women do not go with that. And that's one of the things that we have found out in successful women. One of the traits of a successful woman is to don't be afraid to get out there and be a little bit more competitive. And so I'm really excited to hear what Ashley has to say about that.
Well, and if we still have time, I would be glad to share that a little bit.
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
I'm timing you though.
Okay.
We got to go to a break here in a second.
No problem. Well, the thing about Ashley Merriman is not only is she a best-selling author, award-winning journalist, but she is really down to earth. I had a few minutes to speak with her, and one of her main focuses is that women don't take the steps necessary to compete. We only take those steps when we know it's a win for us. We don't really challenge ourselves to be competitive, to put ourselves out there. And so that's one thing that she's really going to come in and focus on, is to say, take that risk. Don't be afraid, because you have to take some kind of risk to make that next step. So that is one thing. She's going to be talking about the science of it. It's not just the fact that we don't want to or we don't have time, but there is something in all of us that says, you know what, maybe it's just not my chance or my opportunity, but it can be. So we need to learn how to compete and to really put ourselves out there and take the risks. So she's going to be talking about that for us.
And if I'm reading this correctly, I'm checking the agenda out. That's the keynote.
That is our keynote.
That's at the end of the day.
It is at the end, and she is absolutely wonderful. I spent some time visiting with her. So if you have her book, she will even sign your book. If you have questions for her after her presentation, she's even going to stay. Our conference ends at 3, but from 3 to 4, she's offered to stay and just visit and answer questions.
So check this out at lonestar.edu/women's conference. It's starting at 7:30 a.m. on Friday, April 11th at your Lone Star College System office, which is located on College Park, right?
It's 5000 Research. So it's in the
Research.
Woodlands.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No problem. It's a brand new, it's called Lone Star Community Building. It's a new conference center for us. So it's
beautiful facility.
Yes, and a fantastic day. And so I expect you to join us, maybe not this year, but next year.
I would love to be involved, help to support it. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming in. And if you're just now tuning in to listening to Lone Star in the mornings, we're talking with the women's conference, the ladies from the Women's Conference Center. And we're going to be posting this archive very soon today. So if you miss it, don't worry. You'll be able to hear it on our SoundCloud service, and especially watch the YouTube video later. So come on, if you have nothing going on Friday morning all the way to Friday afternoon to about 4 o'clock, and you want to learn how to better yourself, and especially trying to figure out where you are in your life, especially if you're a woman, check out the Women's Conference at lonestar.edu/women's conference. Well, thank you so much, ladies, coming in.
Thank you
for this opportunity. I really appreciate your time.
Hopefully, I'll see y'all again.
All right.
Absolutely.
We got some special guests coming up later before the Mark and Cindy show. We got the folks from Lit It Drum and also the Woodlands let me get this right. The Woodlands Waterway Art Festival starting this weekend. So after the conference, you actually just hop, skip, and jump over to the art festival right there in the Woodlands area. But right now, we're gonna listen to some great music and a commercial break. You're listening to Lone Star Internet Radio, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio, serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.